What's going on, you guys? I'm your host, Stacey Cole Morgan, and you're listening to the Morgan Man Sports Podcast here on Good Pod HQ, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about the Cleveland Browns taking on the Atlanta Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia, this Sunday, October 2nd at 1 p.m. on CBS. So without any further delay, let's go straight into today's action. Alright guys, so the Cleveland Browns are visiting the Atlanta Falcons here in Atlanta this Sunday, October 2nd at 1 p.m. on CBS. While the Cleveland Browns come to Atlanta, they are a minus 1.5 point favorite to defeat the Atlanta Falcons at home. And guys, let me tell you, honestly, it could possibly happen because the Browns, they do got a good overall offense and a somewhat decent defense, while the Atlanta Falcons don't have really that much of a defense, but still got a good offense. So it is going to be kind of a back and forth battle, I do believe. But let's just find out according to the stats right here on CBS Sports app. So for the matchup, total Browns offense versus the total Falcons defense. So the Browns overall on offense sits 5th in the league. That's the 5th best offense right now in the entire NFL going into week 4, while the Falcons defense is 22nd overall in the entire NFL with a 380.7 point differential, while the Browns offense, of course, is 5th with 378.7. Passing, this is going to be kind of a back and forth battle right here between the Browns offense and Falcons defense. The Browns offense is 27th in the league in passing, while the Falcons defense is 28th against the pass. So that's going to be even out battle. I think AJ Terrell is going to have somewhat of a day with, catching some interceptions. I would hope so. But no, whenever it comes to the run game, the Browns are number 1 in the run game in the entire NFL, while the Falcons are 15th against the run. So the Falcons are going to have their hands full with Nick Chubb getting the rock. And that's going to be a problem because Nick Chubb, of course, being a Georgia-grown boy, went to the University of Georgia. And, he carried the Dogs' offense really well. And he's been carrying the Browns really well here. So it's going to be a problem containing Nick Chubb. You definitely got to establish that run game or against the run game first. And then start going after, Jacoby Brissett, which, who is 596 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception, compared to our quarterback, Marcus Mariota, sitting at 640 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And for Nick Chubb, he has 341 yards, 4 touchdowns with 62 attempts. So still, that's a very good stat right there if you are Nick Chubb. Now, the Browns defense versus the Falcons offense. So overall, the Browns defense is mid-tier at sitting at 14th, while the Falcons offense is also mid-tier sitting at 14th overall. So this is going to be an even out battle. I believe it's going to be a shootout like it was last week against the Seattle Seahawks for the Falcons. For passing, the Browns do have at least a little bit better passing defense than we do because the Browns are sitting at 19th overall compared to our 28th overall. So it's a huge difference right there. And the Falcons offense is 26th whenever it comes to passing the ball. So Drake London and Kyle Pitts is definitely going to have their hands full in this secondary with the Browns. Now, as far as rushing goes, the Browns are 7th overall in the run defense, while the Falcons are 5th in running the ball. So the Falcons do have that slight advantage over the Browns, but the Browns are not easily going to be fooled. So Arthur Smith is definitely going to have to come up with a special run game for Cordell Patterson to easily get past that defensive line against the Cleveland Browns. For your odds, according to Caesar Sportsbook, again, the Cleveland Browns are a minus 1.5 favorite, and the public bet is sitting at 51%. Your money line is current right now as of Wednesday, September 28th at 4 p.m., sitting at a minus 125, with the public bet sitting at a 62%. And people are taking the under this time around at the 49.5 at a 70% for the public bet of the under. So that is some great news right there. That does show that Some people are willing to take the Falcons to win at home against the Browns and improve the overall record to 2-2. But then there again, the Vegas betting odds is still favoring the Browns. So it's a toss up. And me personally, I think it can either go to the Browns by at least a touchdown or a Younghoe Koo field goal to help the Falcons improve their score to 2-2. I'm not going to sit here and give out an exact score amount, but I will just say that I do believe the Falcons can win this game right here, but by a Younghoe Koo field goal. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to come down to the wire for both of these teams, and it's just going to depend on who's the better kicker for the Browns or the Falcons, and I'm taking Younghoe Koo any day of the week. Now switching on over to some of the good news, still in the Falcons category right here, and that is Falcons running back Cordell Patterson has been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for Week 3. This is his first time in his 10-year career, and he's won that award. Seeing him shine in this running back role over the past couple of seasons has been really cool. And that is really cool because, Cordell Patterson has never been used right, except for just in the special teams category being, the special teams guy who can run it all the way back and score you some points. But other than that, he hasn't been really used well until he got in Arthur Smith's offensive system. And now look at him. He's NFC Offensive Player of the Week, that for the first time in his career, or at least for the first time in his 10-year. Yeah, first time in his 10-year career. I'm getting so off track here, but yes, first time in his 10-year career. He's 32, and he's still going like a 22-year-old. Dude, that's insane. So definitely huge congrats to Cordell Patterson. Definitely deserves it. You're definitely a huge difference maker for this Falcons offense, and hopefully you get to play forever, man. So it is definitely, again, huge congratulations to Cordell Patterson for winning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. So guys, that is my final predictions right there. I do think that the Falcons can win this matchup against the Cleveland Browns, improve their overall record to 2-2 by a Younghoe Koo field goal for the game-winning drive. But guys, I sure hope you did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to like button wherever you are listening from. Again, Spotify, Google Podcast, Good Pod HQ. Make sure to leave me a 5-star rating. Tell everybody about the podcast. We're growing each and every single day. The downloads are increasing thanks to you guys. The word is getting out thanks to you guys. Overall, the overall popularity of this podcast is growing because of you, and I do want to thank you for that. But until then, guys, Go Morgan. We'll catch you all later.